may I ask?
Sure. This is my son. I lost my two sons in this pandemic. 34 and 36 years old, but those lives don't seem to matter.
Do you mind talking to the camera?
Not at all.
And it was.
No, it was overdoses. They were poisoned with fentanyl.
Okay, I'm sorry. If you don't want to identify yourself, you don't have to. I'm just going to give you the camera.
This is my son, Jake. He was 34 years old. He died January 1st, New Year's Day of 21. His little girl turned a year old Christmas Eve. He died home of a fentanyl overdose. His cocaine was poisoned with fentanyl. He had been in recovery. He had been working. He had been having a really good year, for one of the best years he'd had in a long time. And then these shutdowns came along, and no more work, no more gyms, no more AA meetings. And on top of all of that, the medicine he was using was made illegal. Ibogaine, something that cures addiction in the middle of a pandemic. The Liberal government made it illegal, and he died. 7 months later, I lost my older son, 36 years old, the same thing, a fentanyl overdose. His job was gone, couldn't leave the house. Like, this is what Trudeau has done. This is what these lockdowns have done. So, I gave up my two sons, and I have people who want me to wear a mask. Well, when you want to give up two sons, I'll put on a mask for you. Until then, I'm not wearing a mask or injecting myself with anything. I'm going to do me from here on in. I want the government the hell out of my life. They murdered my children. And all of you that supported these lockdowns, you have blood on your hands. Blood. Every one of them should be charged. They need to be charged.
All right.
I'd like to give a message to the people of Ottawa. To the people of Ottawa, all of you that have been supporting us, and there have been many, 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 from the bottom of my heart, I say thank you. And to all of the ones of you that have been annoyed at me coming to my capital city and are annoyed by the horns, well, when we leave, the horns will leave and your life will go back to normal. My life will never go back to normal. My life has been changed and altered forever.
You're staying for the long haul?
The long haul. I drove here from Calgary and I'm not leaving till it's over. What do I have to lose? I go with my sons. I don't want to live in a communist country. I would rather die here on the streets of Calgary than live in a communist country, or to see my children grow up into this oppression. All the money that this government takes from us in taxes, this carbon tax, that is highway robbery. How the hell is me paying $30 more to fill up my gas going to protect the environment? And not only that, what few dollars he leaves in your pocket, now he's going to tell you who you can give it to, what you can do with it. How's that a free country? Tells us what to inject in our bodies, what to put over our faces, and what money he doesn't steal from us, who we can give it to.
What's your
Pardon?
what's your name? I don't want to.
I don't give a fuck who knows my name. The whole world can know my name. I don't care. What are they going to do to me? These police, they contribute to this. They contribute to this. They beat up drug addicts. They treat them like shit. They treat their families like shit. I had the police tell me I was a horrible mother because I stuck by my sons. They tell us about this tough love. We need to be tough. We need to be tough with our children who are so broken that they have to take these horrible drugs to get out of their pain. What is supposed to be tough about love? Is love not supposed to be kind, gentle, forgiving, caring? Look, isn't that what love is supposed to be? But this government has even changed. Not only have they changed the definition of vaccines, they've changed the definition of love. In order to love your children, we're expected to throw them out, kick them in the teeth when they're down. What kind of a decent, humane society says that something is a disease. Addiction, it's a disease. That has been in our medical books now for decades. And when they get these diseased people, what do they do with them? They throw them into prisons to be tortured by guards, be sold drugs by guards. We know this. We know this. What's being done about it? You know, my daughter made a speech on the streets of Calgary for overdose awareness. And she told those people, they tell you the system is broken. She said, make no mistake, the system is not broken. It's working exactly the way they want it to work. The jails are full. The hospitals are full. They're selling prescription drugs like they're Smarties. It's not broken. The rich is getting richer and we're getting poorer and sicker. What disease do they cure? They don't cure diabetes. They don't cure cancer. What is it they cure? You go to them, you're depressed. They give you a medication that the warnings are suicidal thoughts, homicidal thoughts. You gain 40 pounds. You can't have an orgasm. You no longer have a short-term memory. And now you should be happy. That's a pill to make you happy. This world's got to change. We need the blue-collar workers running this country. These truckers pull this shit together in a couple of weeks. People have never felt more safe, more secure, more loved, more at home. People on the streets feel at home. You know, the crime rate has gone down 90% in Ottawa. So what do? They call in police from all over the country to pay them with your hard-earned tax dollars to guard a bunch of freedom lovers.
And then they want to charge the convoy for the cost of their police that they brought down.
Yes. Meanwhile, they're feeding the homeless. You don't see the homeless anywhere wandering around by themselves anymore. They're all here with us. All here with us. I am. What else do I like to do? I don't want to see another mother go through what I'm going through.